Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? Well, Viva Festival. Where, yes, it's festival. It's for the 5th or 4th or whatever time this series? I don't even know what to describe it as at this point. But yes, we'll be relaxing as per usual, talking about whatever. I don't have D&D today. It's been moved to Friday because we had a busy weekend. So I will just be recording stuff probably today. Probably be recording some Lorelei, but we'll see. Hey everyone, back down Fawnhallow at 6:19 PM on Monday, February 16th, 2026. I'm not sure what to talk about because I have a lot of random things which I could talk about. I unfortunately already kind of spoke about my music box yesterday, but maybe I'll save a conversation for a future time when I actually get a proper music box. You know what I can talk about? I can talk about these fidget toys. Because my friend has a 3D printer and is basically 3D printing a lot of stuff. We're not actually going to partake in festival, but we will dance and throw confetti if we can. I don't know if this is one of the endless emotes. Because if so, we'll just keep going for the rest of it. The rest of this entire episode. But yes, one of my friends has a 3D printer. Actually, a couple of my friends had a 3D printer, I should say. But this friend has been printing just like sort of random stuff for people. And he printed out like a fidget toy sort of thing for one of my other friends. But also printed out me one, which is very interesting. I think this is probably a prototype, so he's just giving it to me if anything. It's one of the ones which, it's actually crazy because I used to have something like this as a toy when I was younger. But it's like, I would describe it as like a 2x2x2 cube, which unfolds into a 2x4, which then you like refold on itself to another 2x2x2 cube. Except the one I had when I was younger, it was like different colours or something, you would do it. This one is one which folds out from like a cube into, I don't know, a square, a circular sort of cube, not a sphere, like a square, you know, like squircle, but a cube. Is that a word? Wait. 3D squircle. A QR, a sfube. Okay, awful names. Yeah, but it's basically that. And it's interesting because I'm not really one for fidget toys, to be honest. I was talking about this before because some of my friends also have quite a lot of different types of fidget toys as well, which I've tried in the past, and I understand why they'd be useful for people, and I understand that, how satisfying they can be or can feel, but I kind of just, I don't know, I don't. It doesn't click in my brain or whatever. It doesn't hit scratch that same itch. The closest I would say is solving like a Rubik's Cube is kind of like satisfying, but yeah, that's not really like a fidget toy, I suppose, in a sense, because you're kind of actually like need to solve it. Like you kind of need to like watch what you're doing. I think I'm very cool, like conceptually though. Like this is what I wanted to talk about, is like simple sort of mechanical toys which have a very interesting sort of layer of depth to them, including this one, this like sort of folding out one. Like, I mean, like, I want I'm trying to think of. Like, obviously, there's a fidget spinner. That one, I will say, I well and truly don't get because it just spins. Like, some of these others with a tactile feel, I understand. Like, I could see myself maybe being like, oh, this tactile feel is pretty good, but the fidget spinner, I actually fully don't understand. I'm sorry to say. And I don't, by the way, all of this I say, I don't mean this as like a shot at anyone or be like, oh yeah, you know, how crazy that people might want to use fidget toys or something like that for whatever, you know, purposes that they may have. This is just me, like, if anything, as I often say, it's almost a shame when you can't engage with something which other people would like to engage in a way. I'm not saying I'm not trying to like either glorify it or like, I'm literally just trying to talk about it. I don't know why I'm putting so many prefaces on this because you should probably assume this by this point. But I think fidget toys are actually just very fascinating in design. Like, there's one when I was much younger, which is actually like a toy, which I used to like, my father bought me once, I think, from China. It was like literally like vendors on the street would sell it. I don't know how to describe it except for it's like a panel of like 6 wooden small panels, and then like they're like attached together, like sort of You know, like the classic things where people have like photos and they're like, have you seen like these people and like the photos like fold up and roll out or attach together? It's kind of like that, except for you hold it like by the top photo, and if you turn the top photo over to meet the second photo, it like makes the second photo fall over, and then it makes the third one fall over the other side, and it goes like clack, 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 clack. And then you can bring it back the other side and it goes clack, 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 clack. Now, I used to have one of those when I was much, much younger. And I even feel like I vaguely remember my father buying it from a street vendor and then giving it to me. And I remember it had like these masks on from like the performers in like Chinese operas and stuff. And I was like, whoa, cool. And I remember being so fascinated with it because, not because it goes clack, 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 and it's very satisfying, because, I mean, it does make a satisfying sound. The thing which makes me most fascinated by it is like, how does it mechanically work? I don't really understand, and it's one of those things which I have never really dived into. Because when I was younger, I think I vaguely remember, because it's kind of like 6 wooden like panels all like linked up to each other, and then there's like 3 ribbons which go down. There's like 2 on one side, 1 on the other side, in the middle, and they sort of like alternate in like I think like a helix pattern down. It can't be quite like that because that doesn't make sense, because that wouldn't make it fall over. I wonder if I can find out what this toy is called. Let's see, wooden panel toy. I don't know how else to describe it. What if I called it a fidget toy now? Fidget toy, wooden panels that fall. No, it's not. It's not this. It's not. Oh, this one. Ladder click fidget. Ladder. Is this it? Ladder click clack fidget toy. It's called a wooden Jacob's ladder. Yeah, I want to know, how does this work? Wooden Jacob's ladder. Like, on a mechanical level, what are the mechanics in here which make this entire process work? Yeah, because I remember this. Like, it's got these 2 ribbons. Oh, I see. It's actually about 2 panels stuck together. And then 2 of the ribbons run, like, the ribbon in the middle runs down 1 panel and then goes in between the 2 panels of the other. That's what it looks like to me. Construction, here we go. The mechanism of a Jacob's ladder, figure 2. There's actually a full schematic here. This is really difficult to pass schematic, I won't lie. Okay, I can kind of see it. It's basically like the top one is attached like this. I see. It's like pulling it up, pulling the second one up from the bottom of it while holding onto the top of it, and then it swings down, which extends the string out for the second one to lower down the third one in the same way. So it's like the 2 strings kind of like form a backbone, while the middle string kind of forms like a sort of like a lowering mechanism, right? Like imagine a drawbridge at the top, and you sort of like raise your arms up as a drawbridge goes over a pivot or something, and it lowers it down. That's interesting. Chinese block. Is this the one I have right now? This sort of folding one. Wooden fish. Why does Chinese block lead to wooden fish? Okay. Jacob's ladder string figure. Oh, Cat's Cradle. Now that's a good fidget toy I like. I used to play a lot of Cat's Cradle when I was younger, to be fair. You might be like, how do you play Cat's Cradle? You kind of just make shapes with the strings, I guess. Okay, so what's this one I have? Fidget toy folding cube is how I describe it? Infinity cube, okay. Infinity cube. Wikipedia. Now, how does this work? Construction. I love it, it's Wikipedia. You have the part which appeals to me, which is not the fidget toy itself, weirdly enough, it's how the things are constructed. Simple paper cutting, 2x2x2 way, and tape 8 edges together. When combined, there are 28 small squares exposed and 28 small squares hidden inside. What? That's illuminated nothing. But is that how it works? It's basically just... because there's a connection here. I guess so, because I'm looking at it now, and I guess that's literally just how a connection works. It's each edge kind of gets paired up to another individual edge or something of this cube. Now how does this work? Oh, these middle ones aren't even attached, I see. as you go across. I mean, just each joint has a pair which are attached together and a pair which aren't. Interesting. This one's a bit harder to visualize in my mind. But I don't know, the mathematics behind it I feel like could be pretty interesting. I don't actually know if it is that interesting. I don't know what maths you do behind it. I think it's more like the engineering and mechanics behind it. Kind of fascinating. Yoshimoto cube? I had one of these when I was younger as well. I didn't know what it was though, so I didn't know how to solve it. Fidget cube. See, Fidget cube doesn't appeal to me. But I will say Infinity Cube and Jacob's Ladder, those do appeal to me, or the intrigue of how mechanically they function. But yeah, I will say though, I've seen a wide variety of like different fidget toys now from my friends, and I feel more informed about them, I suppose. And they're pretty cool. Like, there's one of them which is actually kind of cool. It's like a string which has like two, there's almost like weights kind of on each end, and my friend, she sort of like, it kind of looks to me like the equivalent of like pen spinning or something, where she sort of like flicks it around like in her hand. It's sort of like I guess it's like a bowler, isn't it? As it goes sort of like up and down, like you sort of like flick it between your fingers or something, and then it like swings around using momentum, which is pretty cool. What other ones are there? I mean, the cubes themselves are interesting. I will say, I saw a girl the other day. She had like a handbag, like a satchel handbag, like a pochette or something, and it had the like reusable bubble wrap sort of on the outside, like the plastic which bubble wrap thing toy, you know, bubble wrap toy, which I've seen, but I don't think I've ever like felt them. Okay, not this one, but one, you know, it's like rainbow coloured and it has like with plastic sort of spherical orbs. I assume you just push them in and then they pop out the other side or something. She had that like on her pochette bag, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I wonder if they give a similar sort of thing. Like this one, I don't even know if I've seen or felt. I must have some sort of made Among Us one. Okay, I'm not sure. It's like, you know what also is a similar thing, like stress balls as well. Like, stress balls, I don't know. Because the way I was going to say it is like, I don't get it, but I'm like, that's not true. I do understand conceptually, but I don't know, stress balls don't seem to do anything for me, weirdly enough. I remember I got one when I was much younger, I think it might have been from a Final Fantasy thing in primary school or something. And I was like, actually, I just don't understand. Like, I'm going to be stressed and then like, okay, squeeze it or something. Oh no, that was it. It was a friend brought in a stress ball. It's like a toy or something. I think it burst like halfway through school, as most toys end up breaking when you bring them to school. But like, you get a stress toy, you squeeze it, like to get out some stress or something. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's a bad sign. Maybe I bottled up too much of my stress. I can't exert it onto like a physical manifestation enough for me to get the sort of relief from it. But yeah, but the long and short of it is, there's a lot of very cool fidget toys out there, you know. The thing I'm glad about is like, you know, they have they're simple to make, right? Because all of these toys, you know, these are sort of things which, you know, you buy off like, I suppose in my random mindset is you buy them off like a street vendor who sells them for like 20p or something. But you can just, you know, make a lot of these because of the fascinating mechanics which are just behind them, you know. This Infinity Cube, you can get, I mean, the Wikipedia article literally showed just 8 dice, 6-sided dice, of course, stuck together just with tape, and it just works. It's absolutely fascinating. And now I look at it, I'm just like, I want to like visualize it better, how it works. Because every single cube has 2 connections to it, right? And really they just make a very long chain, I think is probably how I should be thinking about it, right? Yeah. Are any of the chains on the inside? No, none of the chains are on the inside. So you can literally just start with the outside and it just works. Isn't that kind of weird? I don't know. Anyway, to bring a long story short, my friend's one was like a bi-coloured one, like one which had 2 different colours, which was very cool, but except for, I don't know, something, he left it too long or something in the 3D printing process and it like fused it kind of together. It certainly does make it a bit difficult, I think, to actually use as a fidget toy. It's very interesting. I wonder if I should ask my friend to 3D print something for me, but I don't actually know what is the problem. If anything, I like little figurine stuff. One of my other friends 3D printed like a barrel-shaped mimic for me at one point. It sits there just on my bookshelf. Well, it's not a bookshelf, it's more like a makeup shelf. But yeah, I have now this fidget toy. I'll put it here. I will see, you know, I'm going to experiment. I'm going to be like, will doing this be satisfying or will it not? I don't know. If I fidget with it. And then I see that as a win. If I'm like, yes, this is something which brings me joy. But yeah, fidget toys. We should make a fidget toy tier list. I'm like the wrong person to make a fidget toy tier list though, I think. Yeah, I mean, I will say at least that there was a very counterculture, I think, to sort of to hate upon. No, wait, is it? I guess it's not really counterculture, but very much people are like hating fidget spinners. I don't hate on it. I mean, for me personally, it doesn't do anything, but I have no problem with people using it, I suppose. This seems like a fun toy, right? And I will say, I do appreciate the click-clack noises that some of them do make. It's tactile feeling. But then you may be like, oh, you should get like a mechanical keyboard to get that click-clack feeling. Actually, no, I actually dislike it when my keyboard makes a click-clack noise. I have a very quiet keyboard. With pink switches, as I believe they're called, which are like red switches, but even softer. And apparently you can make them even softer. And I don't know, that's just what I want. Can you hear my keyboard? Absolutely, you can still hear it. It's a mechanical keyboard at the end of the day. There was no keyboard made of air. But isn't it, it's like, I don't know. I guess it just feels a bit nicer than maybe like a membrane one or something. I don't really know. I got very used to membrane keyboards, I suppose. But I do like this one. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, I don't really know. That's kind of it. Fidget toy tier list. I think the one with the bowler toy. That's got to be up there. Jacob's Ladder, Infinity Cube. So the bowler toy is like S tier because it looks really cool. I guess pen spinning should be S tier as well. A tier, Infinity Cube, Jacob's Ladder. Fantastic mechanics going on behind them. B tier, Fidget Cube. Because, I mean, there's a lot of things on it. Well, this is the dear darling personal fidget toy tier list, by the way. So don't take any of it as gospel. Whatever works for you is what works for you. C tier, Fidget Spinner. I don't know what other fidget toys there are. Undefined? Bubble wrap toy, because I don't know what it's like. I just want to learn more about fidget toys because I want to know the cool like mechanics behind them. Oh, actually, one of my friends had like this interesting magnet one. It was like 3 magnets, which you sort of like push and pull together. Stress balls, also in fidget spinner tier, C tier. I don't know what some of these are, to be honest. A Rubik's Cube. I guess a Rubik's Cube can be a fidget toy. Maybe it's too close-minded of me to say about it. I didn't really think it was one. I don't know what some of these are, to be honest. Oh, those magnets. Oh, like Orbeez or something. It's really interesting, I think. Because in my mind, of course, you know, I just imagine there's the sort of toys that like I kind of grew up with, but like now they have like a specific category. And that's a really good like describing category for them, fidget toys, right? The things you fidget with. Like, if you, I've always before, it was just like, oh, let's buy your kid a toy. Oh, you're going to get them like a really cool, like, race car thing or dollhouse. No, I'm going to give them like a couple of magnets or something, which go like, when you like put them next to each other. I think of recontextualizing them on the fidget toys, like, that kind of makes a lot of sense, you know? This one just looks like a gamepad, I don't understand it. I don't know what this one is. It looks like it has like a load of balls. It's like a sphere, football sphere, and it's got like balls poking out or something. I guess maybe you push in the balls and it pops out a different one. I don't really know, to be honest. Anyway, 3D printing fidget toys. That seems like a good market, to be honest. And I might know, I suppose, around this episode up here. And yeah, I wonder how easy it is to make a fidget toy. I'm not really someone who worked much in, I don't even know what category of maths would be, like topology or something, to make up something like, which has like the properties of like an infinity cube or that sort of thing, but mathematicians, you should make more like fidget cube things like this or something, you know? Those who are a relevant mathematical field. Unfortunately, not me. Oh, I don't know. They probably exist, but they probably just, you know, they just need someone to market it. That's what I think. Anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.